Hello, hello. I am back. I am so glad to hear my voice, y'all. Hold on. Little one piece here keeps sticking up. I am so happy to hear my voice. The last few days, I did not have a voice and I missed my voice. I thank the Lord for my voice. The funny thing is, um, I used to hate hearing my voice, but now I love it. I love it. It is a gift. If this is your first time watching me live, hello. My name is Terri Alford. I am known as the Women's Wealth Strategist. I specialize in helping business owners build wealth and financial freedom so that we can live, lead, and leave multi-million dollar legacies. And I am here on tonight on my 10th day of my 21-day live challenge. Yes, 10th day. I did have to take a few days off, and I'm glad that I took a few days off. One, I needed to reset. My voice needed to heal, with me going back from, one area to another area. My allergies were acting up and I didn't sound like I sound tonight. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that I was totally healed and totally right before I came on again tonight. So if you are watching me live, give me a thumbs up, say good evening, say, hey girl, hey, whatever you are feeling on tonight. And if you are watching the replay, type hashtag replay in the comment section. I want to make sure that I'm engaging with you. Now, as I am speaking, if you have any questions, make sure you drop those in the comment section as well, okay? So I wanted to come on tonight to talk to you about how to eat your financial goals. How to eat your financial goals. There's a saying right now that's going around like, oh, she ate that. Oh, he ate that. And it's a compliment to say someone really did a great job. Like they went over and above. And so when you hear someone say, oh, they ate that, that means like they did that, right? And so if you want to have the opportunity to say, oh, I ate my financial goals in 2024 or even 2025, maybe you're planning for 2025, you've already eaten your financial goals for 2024. I want you to listen up because this live is for you. This message is for you. Now, I have a question to ask. And I want you to put this in the comment section if you know the answer, even if you're watching the replay, okay? How do you eat an elephant? I'm going to pause. How do you eat an elephant? That's my question. How do you eat an elephant? I'm not seeing any comments right now. So if I'm not seeing your comments, I'll make sure that I engage with you later. How do you eat an elephant? You eat an elephant one bite at a time. One bite at a time. So how do you eat your financial goals? One bite at a time. If you have not made a financial vision board, I encourage you to do that. Make a financial vision board. Right now is the time where people are having vision board parties. They're getting ready for vision board parties. They're creating vision boards. And I am here to tell you on tonight, make sure you're making a financial vision board. And make sure that when you're making that financial vision board, one, you do not psych yourself out and say it's impossible. And then two, you also don't set goals that are not ambitious enough. Your goals should be SMART goals. SMART goals are goals that are specific, they're measurable, they're ambitious, they're realistic, and they're time sensitive. So I don't want you to just put, I want to make $1 million on your financial vision board, if that is one of your financial visions. Or maybe you are already at $1 million, because some of my listeners already have $1 million business, $1 million legacy. They make $1 million a year. Maybe your goal is to go to 10 million. Okay. If your goal is to go to 10 million, don't just say, I want to make 10 million. No, that is not smart. I want you to put a date on it. Okay. By 2027, I will have a company valued at $10 million. Like, put that on your financial vision board, right? I want to have, and some of you may not be there, and you may think that your goal is too small. It's not too small, okay? Put all of them on there, right? Your ambitious goals, but also your short-term goals. Maybe you have a short-term goal that you want to hit within the next few weeks or in the next 30 days or the next 90 days. Put it on your financial vision board. Maybe your goal is you want to have 3 to 6 months worth of income saved up in your savings account, and you want to double your retirement nest egg. Hey, Lisa, good evening. Realistic goals, she said. Put those on your financial vision board. Put them on your financial vision board. And for those of you who are using like a digital vision board, those are good. But I'm still going to encourage you to write some of those down. You can write those down on a piece of paper like this, or you can put them on a whiteboard. I got a whiteboard over there. Or you may put them in a journal, right? A notebook. But there's so much power in writing the vision and making it plain and looking at that thing consistently and working towards it. If you want to eat your financial vision goals and vision board, you want to make sure that you are eating it one bite at a time. Now, you may say, Terri, how do I eat my financial goals one bite at a time? Well, first, you got to know what a bite looks like. First, you got to know, what does a bite look like? If you are going to eat your financial goals one bite at a time, you must know how a bite looks. Right? So what is a bite for you? What is a spoonful for you? What is a handful for you? You have to know. And in order for you to get that number, you got to do some calculations. You got to do some calculations. See, say for example, let's say for example, you want, I'm going to make this easy. I'm going to bring up a calculator on my phone, because I actually was playing with some numbers earlier today, because I know what my goals are for next year. And so I've been playing with these numbers. I've been looking at these numbers. I've been strategizing on how I plan on hitting these numbers, and even not just hitting the numbers for next year, but also hitting my numbers for December. Praise be to God. I done got my goal for December. I ate my financial goal for December. Okay. But guess what? Before I ate my financial goal, I had to know what a bite looked like, right? And I had to take my financial goal one bite at a time. So let's say, for example, your financial goal, I'm going to start off with 6 figures, right? I'm going to start off with an easy number, right? $100,000. $100,000 is easy to do math with, okay? So let's say your goal is to make $100,000 next year, or maybe to have $100,000 in your savings account, or maybe to have $100,000 in your 401k, your retirement nest egg, your annuity, whatever that thing may be. But you're like, okay, 100,000 is the goal, right? So if 100,000 is the goal, you need to know exactly how much you need to be making per week, per day, per month on average. So $100,000 per year is only, we're going to divide that by 12, right? It is only $8,333 a month. That's it. That's all. So if you're trying to save $100,000, we're not even including interest, compound interest, growth. One of my clients, by the way, she getting almost $100,000 in bonus money for rolling over her 401k at the right time in the right place with the right product. So I know $100,000 can be added in a matter of days. But that's another conversation for another live. I'll tell y'all more about that later. But if you do want to know how she got almost $100,000 in bonus money, I just want you to drop the word bonus money in the comment section, and I'll make sure to follow up with you, send you a DM, and show you how you can do the same thing. Now, it may yield you $100,000, or it may yield you less or more, just depending on what your retirement nest egg look like right now. But anyway, so we said $100,000, right? So if I want to make $100,000 in a year, I know, just simple math, I'm going to divide that by 12. I need to make $8,333 per month. How many weeks are in a month? There are 4, right? So I'm going to divide this by 4. I need to make $2,083.33 a week. Okay? $2,083 a week consistently. So if I want to make $100,000, or if I want to save $100,000 next year, or if I want to have an extra $100,000 go towards my retirement account in 1 year, $2,083 a week. Now, if you say, okay, Terri, that's more than what I think I'm able to do right now. Well, if you know that you want to retire within the next 5 years, or you want to retire within the next 10 years, and you know you need to be saving $8,000 a month to get there, or maybe even $2,000 a week or $2,000 a month to get there. If you're a business owner, I'm here on today, if you're watching the replay, I am here to share with you that this number is possible. This number is possible. You can make this in a week. You can make this in a day. You can make this in an hour. You know why? Because when you are a true entrepreneur, when you are a true business owner, and you have an entrepreneur's mindset, you understand that your income is unlimited. So now, if you know that you need to make $2,083 in a week, you need to ask yourself, what do I have that can yield me $2,000 a week? What do I need to sell? What do I need to offer? What do I need to create? What do I have that I need to bundle? What do I have that needs to be sold in bulk? What do I have that I can make an offer to where I'm making on average $2,083 a week, or an additional $2,083 a week? Because again, for some of you, you want to make $100,000 in your business. Some of you want to save $100,000 next year. Some of you want to add an additional $100,000 to your retirement nest egg. And if you have a nest egg like my client does, then you get $100,000 in 5 days. If you want to know how, I just want you to type the word bonus. I'm so happy for my client, y'all. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. So how do you eat your financial goals? One bite at a time. So again, you got to know what a bite looks like. That's a bite, right? So you may say, well, shoot, what is that per day? Okay, so let's go back. If we go back to 100,000, right? And we say that there are 365 days in a year, you need to save $273 a day to have $100,000 at the end of the year. Save $273 a day. Or you may say you want to make $100,000 in the year. If I just did $100,000 divided by 365, that's $273.97. So about $274 a day. What do you have that you can offer for $274? Can you sell it every day? Can you make an offer on it every day? How are you making that offer? Are you making that offer passively, or are you making it actively? Do you have other people that are making that offer for you? Do you have a sales team? Do you have business partners? Do you have operations? Ask yourself this. If you don't have those things, are you in position to add those things into your business model, into your strategic planning? This is the time for you to decide what you're going to invest in 2025 so that you can eat your financial goals. One business, one client, one bite, one sale, $1 at a time. How to eat your financial goals. So first you have to know what a bite is, right? You're going to eat it one bite at a time. The second thing that you need to know is what is the rate at which you're biting, right? You have to know the rate at which you're really biting and chewing, right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. But if you bite today and then you don't bite again for 30 days, it's going to take you even longer to get to where you want to be. If you save $100 today and then it takes you 6 months before you save your next $100, it's going to take you longer to save $100,000. If you make a sale today and then you don't make another offer for another 10 months, it's going to take you longer to reach your financial goal. So you not only need to know what a bite looks like, how much is a bite, but you also need to know the rate at which you're biting. Some of you are biting too slow. Some of you are biting too slow. You just bite, and then you take forever to take the second bite. Is this making sense? If this is good, put a "this is good" in the comment section. Hey, Gretel. Gretel said real goals. Put on your vision board. Wow, eat one goal at a time, one bite at a time. And increase the rate at which you're biting. Okay? Increase the rate at which you're biting. If you're biting too slow, if you're not biting as frequently as you should, it's time for you to speed up. I was with a company and there was this guy there. I want to say it was Joe. I hope it was Joe because I'm gonna quote Joe. I hope it was Joe. No, it wasn't Joe. Was it Joe? Was it Joe? No. Yes. I think it was Joe. Anyway, shout out to Joe. If it wasn't Joe, I think it was you. If it wasn't you, it was your partner, your business partner. He would say, take your time, but hurry up. Oh no, that was Neil. That was Neil. Like when I said it, it made me think. So there's this guy named Neil, right? So he would do these awesome trainings. He would train his team. Like he won all these awards. And he would say, take your time, but hurry up. Okay. So that's really the season that we're in. Take your time, but hurry up. Take your time, right? But hurry up. That's what he used to say. Well, when I say take your time, but hurry up, like take the time to do the research. Take the time to look at your data. Take the time to look at what worked well and what didn't work well. Take the time to realize what are your financial traumas. Like what's your money traumas? What are your triggers that make you say, you know what, I'm not going to hit the saving goal this month because I'm going to buy X, Y, and Z because when I buy these things make me feel more confident, or they make me feel more important, or they make me look more wealthy. Not be more wealthy, but they make you look more wealthy, right? They make you look more flashy. Like, what are those things? Take your time, but hurry up, okay? Take your time to do your research. Take your time to do a SWOT analysis. If you don't know what a SWOT analysis is, it is an analysis where you write down your strengths, your threats, your opportunities, and your weaknesses for your business. You can do this in your personal life, your financial life, your business life. But you need to do these things. Take your time and do that. But hurry up and take action, okay? Take your time, strategize, get your goals together, but hurry up and execute. We don't want to just be visionaries. We want to be executors, okay? We want to be executors. How do you eat your financial goals? One bite at a time. This is the time. This is the season. This is the time. This is the season for you to decide who you're going to invest into, how you're going to invest. Are you going to invest into yourself? Are you going to invest more in your company? Are you going to invest more into professional development? Are you going to invest into getting a CPA? Are you going to invest into hiring a financial advisor? Are you going to invest into having a therapist? If you want to if you want to eat your financial goals, you need to do what? Take it one bite at a time. You need to know what is your bite, right? What is the size of a bite? What's bite size for you, right? What's bite size? Break it all the way down. How much you need to make, how much you need to save, how much you need to generate, right? How much you need to invest per day, per week, per month, and aim towards that number. Even if you haven't reached that number before, as a matter of fact, if it's an ambitious goal, you haven't hit that number before. I was speaking to one of my coaching clients last week, and I told her something very personal. I told her like the real deal numbers, and she was like, what? So I'm not going to tell y'all because this is public, right? This is live. This is live for real. This is not pre-recorded, okay? So I ain't going to give you the actual numbers, but I'm going to tell you what happened though. So I actually wrote down on a piece of paper what one of my financial goals were for my business. I said every quarter in 2025, I want this number to be my minimum in production on one side of my business. I want this number to be my minimum per quarter in 2025. So I said, I am going to strategically move in 2024. So in 2025, my minimum will consistently be my minimum. Check that out. Let me rewind. I didn't start planning and strategizing in 2025. I started this a few months ago. So every June, because my birthday is in June, I consider it to be a new year. So in June, I said, I want to do this amount in production on this side of my business every quarter next year. So I got 6 months. I have 6 months to strategize so that number can be my minimum, because I wrote it down. I said it. I start moving like it was going to happen. It is happening right now in the last quarter of 2024, and 2025 is not even here yet. Can I get a hallelujah? Y'all won't do it. God is good. I said that my minimum for production on one side of my business, because there are multiple ways that I get paid within my business. Now, you should have multiple ways that you get paid within your business too. If you don't, then we need to have a conversation, right? You just need to type the word laser in the comment section, and we could talk about my opportunity to laser coach you so you can have multiple ways to get paid in your business. But I said on one side, I want this number to be my minimum per quarter. Because if I do this per quarter, then this number is going to add an additional 6 figures to my income. Yeah. It's going to add an additional 6 figures. I ain't going to tell you how many 6 figures. But I said if I do this, I know for a fact my overall goal for 2025 is going to be easier to obtain if I focus on this one bite size right here. Because the other sides, like those are working well, but this side right here, I know I can do more. I know I can produce more. So I'm going to start planning so I can produce more on this side of my business. See, when you do the SWOT analysis, you look at your strengths and your weaknesses. See, some people don't like... I wasn't planning on going down this street tonight, but I feel like somebody needs to hear this. Some people don't like getting constructive criticism. Hey, Donnell. Hello. Good evening. Some people don't like getting constructive criticism. Some people don't like being told what they don't do right. Some people don't like receiving negative feedback. I ask my clients to give me feedback, and I know when my clients are not happy, and I know when they're not satisfied. If I make a mistake, I own it. If I do something wrong, I own it. Right? If I said I'm going to get back in 24 hours and I didn't get back in 24 hours, I own it. That doesn't really happen, but I'm giving you an example. Okay? I own it. There are some of you who may be listening to this live, or you may be watching the replay, and you had a top tier client. You had an A+ client. You had somebody that was rooting for you and who will refer business to you. But when they told you that they didn't like something, you start acting funny and you stop treating them like a top tier client. Guess what? They are ready to take their business elsewhere because you switched up the script, because you weren't open to receive the information on how you can continue to earn their business. You see, I had a goal, and I still do have a goal for next year. But I already know that a lot of the money that I'm going to bring in next quarter is going to be from my current client base. Why? Because I've done the math. I've looked at 2024 production, and a lot of production in 2024 came from my existing book of business. That existing book of business is consistently growing, right? I have people on my email list. I have people on my email list, and more of those people are moving from being a prospect to a client. They started as a lead. They went from a lead to a prospect, a client. Some of them have become agents, and some of them have become referral partners. Why? Because I listen. Why? Because I've done my math. Why? Because I know in order for me to reach my goal, I have to, one, keep serving my clients, but two, if people are not happy, I want to know why they're not happy, and I want to improve. I want to consistently grow, because I know in order for me to consistently grow and get better and not just continue to earn their business, but to earn their referrals, I got to listen. So when you're doing your SWOT analysis, you shouldn't just be looking at the numbers, but you also want to look at the areas that you're weak in and own those weaknesses. Say, this is an area that I need to improve upon. And that's what I did. I said, this area of my business can generate a whole lot of money if I focused on it. If I actually put my time, effort, and energy in this side, on this piece of my business, I actually make a lot more money. But let me be honest with you all. There was a time when I was afraid. I was afraid. I was fearful. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this side because this side real easy. But this side, I know it could generate a lot of money, but I'm going to do what's easy. I'm not going to touch this side because this side requires me to be another version of myself. Not another version, not like a new version, but the next level version of myself. And I'm And I am live again. See, this is what I know. This is what I know. This is what I know. I know y'all need to hear this information because the enemy does not want me to keep on talking. That's why we had a little pause. But you know what? The good news is, one, this is live. Secondly, I got a video editor, so I can edit that little blackout section. If you are just now tuning in, I want to say thank you for joining on tonight. Tonight, I am speaking about how to eat your financial goals. And I thank y'all for following me. I was just speaking about the fact that you need to understand your weaknesses, because if you are going to become stronger, you also need to understand your weaknesses and not be afraid to tackle those areas in your business. If you really want to eat your financial goals, your big financial goals, you got to eat them one bite at a time. And so I was just speaking about not being perfect, right? Having areas of growth, listening to ways that you can improve and be better. And here's one thing I would say. For those of you who know me, you know, it's not uncommon for me to need a charger. I thank y'all for loving me and doing business with me and following me and still being here with me in the midst of all of my imperfections. We all have imperfections and we all have areas of growth. Let this live be proof. You do not have to be perfect. This is not the first time that my computer died on me while I was live. This is not the first time where I was speaking to somebody and my computer died. I'm still making money though. I'm still eating my financial goals though, right? That's an area of growth for me. You don't have to be perfect. You actually should look for the areas where you're not good in so you can focus and get better in those areas. How else are you going to become the next level version of yourself? The next level version of yourself is not just about how you look. Yeah, you can do a new photo shoot all day. You can do a new photo shoot all day. But let me tell you, it's about what's on the inside that's going to affect what's on the outside. You see this picture right here? I feel like I look like her today because my makeup is done right here. Shout out to Sayana for doing my makeup. You did that, queen. Right? I look like her. Right? I look more like her today because my makeup is done. Right? But I am at a new level, my next version of myself because of the internal work that I've done. Because of the internal work that I've done. I've done the heavy lifting. I'm still doing the heavy lifting that allows me to be able to attract more abundance, for me to be able to teach my attract abundance framework. There's some work though that I had to do. There are some programs that I had to invest into. There are some podcasts that I had to listen to. There are some therapy sessions that I had to do. There are some sermons that I needed to hear. There's some verses that I needed to read. There's some energy that I needed to be around, right? There's some conversations I had to have with myself. There's some conversations that I had to have with others. There's some other people that I needed to be around for me to be able to say, you know what? They're right. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Okay, let me look at these comments. Tanya, good evening, Tanya. Tanya said, smart goals. Keep your eyes on the successes and improve on the weaknesses. That's it. You want to eat your financial goals? Do a SWOT analysis, right? Eat them one bite at a time. You got to know what a bite size look like, right? Not only do you have to know what a bite size look like, but you also have to make sure that you know the rate at which you're biting, right? Are you biting too slow? Or are you biting too fast, right? Because if you're biting too fast, like, one of the things that my old coach used to say is, if your business gain 100 clients tomorrow, would your business break? If you got 100 new clients tomorrow, would your business break? You're biting too fast, right? You need to slow down, put some things in place, maybe operations, maybe you need to hire support, right? Maybe you need to hire a strategist, a consultant to help you so you don't break your business. Do your SWOT analysis. That's how we got here. Crystal Robinson said, that's good. I needed to hear that. I'll be doing a SWOT analysis. Great, Crystal. It's good to see you here live, Queen. You are back. LOL. Yes, Tanya, I'm back. I am back. Tanya, if you came on late, make sure you watch this video from the beginning. But I lost my voice again last week. Y'all, I feel like when my allergies act up and when God wants me to sit down and be still, I lose my voice. And let me tell you something. I'm so glad that I lost my voice over the last 3 days. I stayed in. I sat down. I reflected. I worked on my laptop. I couldn't say much. I binge watched Cross. That was cool. I mean, most of it. Some of it, I was like, ooh. But I needed that time. And guess what I did during that time? A lot of what I'm talking about. I said, you know what? I'm about to eat these financial goals. And in order to eat these financial goals, I got to look at where I'm strong. I got to look at where I'm weak. I got to plan to eat this elephant one bite at a time. I was there at the meeting. Which meeting? I was here at the meeting. Oh, at the beginning. She was here at the beginning. Okay, good. Well, thank you for tuning in. I see I got some likes and loves, but I can't really see who all those likes and loves are coming from. Let me see if I can shout some people out. Yeah, if you're here, let me know. If you're watching the replay, type hashtag replay. Ooh, I got some Facebook friends whose birthday is today. A lot of cool people are born in December, it looks like. Hello, Arthur Anita. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see who else is live. Okay, how do you eat your financial goals. You want to be like at a point where people say, oh, you ate that Ashley record. Thank you very much for tuning in, Queen. Yeah, that's how you eat your financial goals, though. It's just not going to get eaten unless you eat it one bite at a time. You know the rate at which you're biting, right? You know when you're biting too slow. You know when you're biting too fast. And if you are biting too fast or slow right now is the time to fix that. Fix it. Fix it. Don't wait until 2025. Fix it now. If you're biting too fast, it's time for you to hire support. Right? Hire support. It's time for you to add another person to your team. It's time for you to add automations, right? It's time for you to get a consultant, get an advice, get a strategist, get a coach. If you are biting too slow, you probably still do need to get those things, but you need to work on your sales. You need to work on your confidence. If you're biting too slow, you probably need to work on your time management too, because you may be psyching yourself out by saying, I don't have time. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. I'll psych myself out and tell myself that I don't have time to work out. And Lord knows I do. I don't answer to anybody but Jesus, okay? I have no spouse, no husband, no boss. Y'all, last month, I celebrated 5 years as a full-time entrepreneur. Can we celebrate that? 5 years of being fully self-employed. I have not had a job since 2019. I received my last paycheck from an employer October 2019. November 2019, I was completely full-time. Okay? The reason that I'm still here outside of the grace of God, because obviously he wants me to be here so I can be an example and tell you, it's because I've done the things that I'm telling you to do. But I will psych myself out and tell myself I do not have time to work out unless I make time. Right? I will psych myself out and say I don't have time to meal prep unless I make time. So you actually have more control over your schedule than you give yourself credit for. Even if you do go to a 9 to 5, even if you do have a job, you still have more control over your time. I wonder who is this for? Time management could be the reason that you are biting your elephant too slowly. So as you are looking at your calendar, look at how you're spending your time. As a matter of fact, I just started using this app called Clockify. I need to see if they have an affiliate link because I'm about to give them some free exposure. I need to check that out. But anyway, I downloaded this app called Clockify, right? And I'm using this for my service hours for the nonprofits that I serve with. Shout out to the Dallas-Fort Worth Urban League of Young Professionals. I spent a lot of time with those, with the executive leadership team for 2025 on today. We had an amazing time. We will have an amazing event on Tuesday night. If you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area on Tuesday night, I highly recommend that you come. Admission is complimentary as long as you provide an unwrapped toy for our tour drive. So just come dressed to impress, okay? Dress to impress, and make sure that you're bringing a toy for the babies, okay? But anyway, I was like, I want to make sure that I'm tracking my time. And I discovered this app called Clockify, right? And so I've been actually like tracking and looking at my time. And I said, you know what? I actually want to track my time for my business too. How many hours am I spending in my business? Because if I'm not reaching my goals, I could actually look at how much time am I spending on marketing activities? How much time am I spending on administrative activities? How much time am I spending on sales activities? And then that may give me, no, not even may, that will give me a clue as into why some weeks may be better than others. Some months may be better than others because I'm tracking my time. Oh, I can talk about this for days, y'all. How to eat your financial goals. I was speaking to the leadership team tonight about one of our goals for next year. And when I said one of the goals, it was a numerical goal. It wasn't a financial goal, but I said the number. I was like, we need X, Y, and Z, this number. And one person said, that's a lot. I said, is it? Let's break it down, right? And by the time we broke it down, everybody was like, oh, that's doable. That's doable. You'll be able to do the same thing. Break it down. Do the math. I can't stress it enough. One bite at a time. One bite at a time. Some of you want to go from 0 to 100, and you're not ready to go from 0 to 100,000. Some of you are not ready to go from 100,000 to 1,000,000 just yet. I remember when my former coach told me that, she was like, the reason your business haven't hit $1 million yet is because you're not ready. I was like, oh, because it was a group coaching call. I was like, you're right. Right? She was like, I don't need to be right. I said, I know, but I'm just letting you know, I know you're right. Because I knew that if my business was $1 million business that particular year in which she said that, it would not have been great. Because I didn't have good financial boundaries in place. Let me be honest. I didn't have good financial boundaries in place. So I wouldn't have been a great steward of that. So I knew exactly why she was right. Now, I don't know if she knew why she was right, but I knew why she was right, because I knew I had to put some financial boundaries in place. Yeah. I had to learn how to say no. I had to learn how to be a better steward. I had to learn how to be a better financial planner. Even though I'm a financial consultant, I still had to learn how to say no to the people that I love. I had to say no to the people that I didn't know. I had to say no to doing everything and being everywhere and focusing on everybody else and putting myself last. I would have kept doing that. So I had to sit down and say, you know what? She's right. She's right. I want to be ready. And by the grace of God, I took my time. I made sure I got ready. I got a therapist, right? I got support. I overcame my fears. I let go of some things. I forgave some people. Y'all, let me tell y'all what happened the other night. Actually, this happened last week because I remember waking up. I went home for Thanksgiving, right? So I went home for Thanksgiving. I stayed at my mom's house, and I woke up in the bed at my mom's house. So I know this happened on last week. Okay. Oh, Tanya said, awesome. Congratulations, Queen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know this happened last week. So I had this dream, right? And I know that I'll say this. I'm not a dream interpreter, but I know sometimes when I have certain dreams, I know exactly what that dream is saying to me. And I know the message that I'm to take away from that dream. So I don't know if you've been watching my lives. If you're on my email list, you may have heard it. If you were at my conference, the Attract Abundance Conference, which I'll do again in October, because some people are like, okay, so you did a conference. Will you do it again? You darn too. I'm doing it again. But anyway, I said it, I spoke a little bit about it at the conference. I've mentioned this before, but there's a particular person who I felt did me so wrong in business. And I introduced this person to another person, and that person did me wrong. Both of them did me wrong at the same time, y'all. They did me wrong at the same time. And I was hurt by that. I really was. It made me not want to pour into people like I used to pour into people. It made me not want to continue to do a lot of things that I used to do because I couldn't believe that these people did this to me. I was like, they heartless. But guess what? I forgave them, but I had to forgive myself because I'm like, I know this has not just happened, right? I had to forgive myself. And I feel like I have been fighting with that situation because I have been fighting with that situation for so long. I truly hadn't forgiven myself to be able to, and this is a whole different side of the business from what I was telling y'all about before, earlier in this live, but I had to truly forgive myself for what I perceived as mistakes, but it really was a lesson, right? And I had to forgive myself. And I had to fight against the fact that that situation could happen again. Remember, I told y'all, some of you all have not reached your potential because you're afraid, right? So even though I didn't want to address it, I was like, well, I don't want to do these things in my business anymore, because when I did these things in my business, it backfired on me, right? I got stabbed in the back. You may be at a point where you're like, well, I don't want to invest into another coach because the last coach I invested into was jealous of me. And she, excuse me, started bullying me in the group, or bullied me out the group, or made people think that I was trying to do the most, right? You may say, I don't want to invest into another program because I invested into a program. I invested with a coach and I didn't get what I thought I was going to get. You may say, I don't want to invest in myself anymore, or I don't want to do these things for people anymore because the last time I did this for people, people stabbed me in the back. It caused me to have a lot of chargebacks. It caused me to be hurt. It caused me to be in a position where I was like, dang, these jokers really blocked me when they owe me money with a comma. But you know what, y'all? I had a dream last week. And I ain't gonna tell y'all what happened in the dream, but when I woke up, I was like, I recognize this as a sign. This is a sign that I have won that battle. I have literally won that fight. That thing is not causing me to be fearful anymore. Like, I'm literally over it. I'm literally over it. And because I'm over it, I'm moving in such a way in which I have literally let that situation completely go. It has no bearing on how I move on that side of my business anymore. I'm like, yeah, that happened, and lesson learned, next. Because I know that this thing, this strategy that I was doing was working. And because one, well, really two jokers who lack integrity did some things, I was like, I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do that. I don't want to help people in that way anymore. Y'all, I had a dream last week. When I woke up from the dream, I was like, I won that fight. I won that fight. There's some fights that you need to win when you want to eat your financial goals. An elephant is a big animal. An elephant is a big animal. Even the baby elephants are big. If you want to eat that thing, you got to bite it one bite at a time. So if you want to eat your financial goals, you got to work at it. You got to bite it one bite at a time. So if this again is your first time watching me live, I thank you for watching me live. I am a financial consultant. I am a business coach. And even though I may have had my share of making some decisions that weren't the best financial decisions, that actually is reason enough for you to book with me, because I've been where you've been. I've been where some of you are, and I know how to be on the other side. See, I'm not going to be one of those people that you have to hide from, right? Like, I'm like the doctor. When you go to the doctor, you're not about to show me anything I probably haven't seen before. You divorce didn't have to start over, seen it before. You ran through your 401k. I've seen that before, right? All these things, I've seen it. You have no retirement plan, seen it, right? You made six figures, but you don't have six figures of retirement streams. I've seen it, right? You had six figures in the bank. You squandered it all. I've seen it. You had a thriving business, went out of business, and got to start all over. I have seen it. Y'all, I have over 350 people that I can say are my clients. That's a lot of people. So most of the situations that you have or have had, I've seen it. I've seen it. And if I haven't seen it, guess what? I'm going to go above and beyond to make sure that I find the right solution for you. And if I do not have the right product or service for you, I will refer you to the right person. So if you are looking to book an appointment with me, you can go to the link that's going across the bottom of the screen. You can book at bit.ly/book with Terri. You can book a financial needs analysis, a retire wealthy analysis, or if you're like, you know what, Terri, I think you may be able to help me in my business. I think you may be able to help me eat my financial goals. Then I want you to book a business interest coaching call. Okay. So you can book that there. If you are not a part of the Business Women Building Wealth group and community, I highly recommend that you tap in. Go to jointerri.com. There's a lot of good things happening in the Business Women Building Wealth group. All right. Make sure you do that. And again, if you're just at a point where you're like, I got questions, send me a DM, book a call, and let's see what's causing you not to be able to eat your financial goals. I want to help you. I really, really do. I really, 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 really want to. Okay. So I thank you again for joining this live. I need to get off of here because I got some more things to do. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. And we will talk about some more things as we get ready to close out this year. So if you know somebody needs to hear this video, make sure you send it. If you found this video to be educational, motivational, or informational, I want you to type that word in the comment section. Let me know how I did. Send me the DMs like y'all typically do. And I will see y'all again tomorrow. Adios. Good night.